Yeah, welcome in. That's Eric Lindquist. I'm Eitan Shander. It still doesn't have our names on here. I was hoping that it would, but it's just our big, beautiful faces, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing lovely, except for Bobby Wood Jr. just grounded out.
Well, you
I'm
have him hitting 2 home runs, you big, beefy bastard.
I know. I had to do it for the first time, June 26th. I held out this long, Eitan. Last year, there were 6 total two home run bets. 3 of them hit. Kyle Schwarber, Cal Raleigh, and then, of course, you know who, Corey Seager. But he's been dead since, 2024. So
is he alive? Like, does he play baseball anymore?
I hope he does. I hope he finds a way to kind of figure it out. Dude, Shane Bass, his strikeout line was 3.5, and it was like plus money to the over. He has 5 strikeouts through 37 pitches in 4 innings. What is going on?
Speaking of strikeouts, I'm watching Christopher Sanchez turn into Nolan Ryan against a team that does not strike out. And, of course, that's going to ruin my freaking day early on. Although the Phillies losing will help me.
I got the under of that game, 7.5. So I got the extra hook there, and I put that 100% Onyx parlay together with both pitchers to 18 outs. So Sanchez can just get to 18 outs. I mean, he just ate up so many pitches in that, second inning?
Yeah, I know, but there came with K's. That was the problem for me. It came at the expense of K. I need his ass out of this game too.
No, I need his ass out of the 6th inning. I need him to go 18 outs.
Right.
He's in a lot of trouble for.
Here's the real question. Did you or anybody else that works for you or with you have Aldrich Poitgeyer as the first round leader for today at the freaking Rocket Classic?
Hey, he should be a PGA Tour winner. That Mexico
South African's finest.
He hits in an absolute mile. I don't have a single golf bet for the first time all year. I don't have a single one. Rocket Mortgage, I didn't look at it. Colin Morikawa continues to frustrate me with.
He's not a guy to bet golf. No.
What's going on? And then also because Joe, his caddy's like a buddy of. So my best friends is really good friends with him. I don't know him other than through that. And then we've played a couple of tournaments against each other. He's a lefty out here in Southern Cal, and we've played against each other and know each other's names. But outside of that, there's just so much.
Here we go. Tom Kim live top 5. He's 4 under through 9. He's about 4 strokes off. Well, technically 5 off the lead, but he's 3 off the top 5. The top 5's not going to change, right? I mean, if anything, Poitgeyer could drop, but you've got Kevin Roy, you've got Ben Griffin. Griffin's going to hang, right? You could also bet Griffin, but you probably get even money for a top 5. You want a live bet right now? Tom Kim through 9. You could take Siwoo probably for a little, maybe longer odds since he's on 8 right now, or through the back 8. How about that?
Suppose you could.
Live bet Tom Kim. I'm giving it out. Anything you have right now live that we should keep an eye on? I have a Gaussman K prop. Huh?
This is looking like my first bad MLB baseball betting day in 3 weeks. Actual bad one.
Fun.
I've had a couple of break even days or down a unit kind of days, but this could be not good. I need Athletics Detroit over. They're at 5. Athletics can't do anything. 2 ground inning double plays ground into double plays for Brent Rooker to end innings. And then I have the over of Toronto and Cleveland, and the 2 best hitters, Vlad and Jose Ramirez, both got hurt and are out of that game before the 3rd inning. I mean,
that's not good. Not at all. Guardians right now. Yeah,
home run. That happened a long time ago. So, I mean,
did you have that?
5 runs? No, absolutely not.
I need 2 more Ks from Kevin Gaussman. He's thrown 80 through 6. Now he's dealing right now with a 3-0 lead. He's thrown a 2-hitter. I expect him to get a little bit deeper into this baseball game, although I'm a little concerned with how shit gets managed now. So we're heading to the bottom of the 7th. I can't imagine they're going to pull him right now with a 3-0 lead, right?
No, they definitely won't. He'll face Thomas, he'll face Schneemann, he'll face Naylor. The thing is that managers really never, especially if it's a pitcher like Gaussman, you get into the 7th inning here, so he'll go bottom of 7. And there's like no way he gets to face the top of the lineup again. Like it's just a 4-1.
That's what I need, though, right?
Before Quan, and they'll just go to anybody else.
But if Thomas is up now, so he's got Thomas, Schneemann, Naylor. If he goes 1, 2, 3, does he start the 8th with the 8, 9 hole hitter starting opposing him? Right? Like I agree. Maybe you do that and you pull him if one of those guys get on base.
See, it's going to be iffy. It's going to be very.
This is my last shot. I need him to take 2 of 3 guys.
Yeah, it's going to be.
He's only struck out 1 of them so far.
That over is going to hit. And I mean, your lips to God's ears. We need runs. We need lots of runs here to finish up.
In which game? Not this game. I don't need runs in this game.
Oh, I do. I do. It is what it is. Again,
Tom Kim is on here.
I mean, yesterday, Etan, just to encapsulate this run of mine for the last couple of weeks, I had the under on 6.5 strikeouts for Yamamoto, and God came in to Colorado and he poured down rain at like 56 pitches for Yamamoto. He has 6 strikeouts, and sure enough, hour and a half delay, gets pulled out of the game. And then my Max Muncy home run play hits. So like, I mean, just 4-leaf clover shit. So I can't complain if today ends up being just a complete train wreck.
No issues there. Actually gave out that Clemens one on Twitter. So that was nice. You got I ripped it right from the tool. I had that too. The Yamamoto. I was limited on DraftKings, and it was kind of just like a throwaway. But I should have bet it on Onyx now in hindsight, because it was like $7 to win. God knows, very little scratch there. But yeah. All right. So we keep it moving here. What's your number one play? We got a bunch of people who have weighed in. James Mcool is going to join us coming up from Pay Dirt in a matter of minutes. What's your main number one go-to spot? We'll start there. We'll hit a couple of free plays, talk to James, build a parlay, get out of here. What's the biggest play you have right now?
Griffin Canning over 4.5 strikeouts, plus 111, no vig.
No
Griffin
vig?
Canning, 6% better strikeout rate against against lefties than righties. And that game's not coming up for a little bit here. I saw that we just got the Mets lineup, so that updated and populated in my sheet. Let me take a look. Because, there's just no way that Griffin Canning, like, I'm not a Griffin Canning guy by any means. I thought most pitchers in LA, like with the Angels, they just are sent away to die a lonely death. And then, maybe they find something somewhere else. But the Mets have done such a good job of starting pitchers this entire season with absolutely nothing. And now Senga gets hurt, and it's kind of been the wheels falling off. I expected negative regression for Peterson, and Griffin Canning, I don't find to be good, but I think there's more than enough strikeouts available with at least 5 lefties that you're looking at in that projected Atlanta lineup. Again, it's not out here yet, but I am definitely invest over 4.5 strikeouts for Canning.
6 fucking strikeouts for Christopher Sanchez through 3 innings. Like, what is happening here? This team, seriously, I hate the Philadelphia Phillies more than life itself, right? These people, they just ruin, right? Like the 76ers, I know not to get invested in, right? But here I am knowing that Christopher Sanchez is not that. And of course, this ruins what would be a beautiful ticket. 4 legs, 3 are going to be just without even sweat. And 55 pitches this man has K'd. 55 pitches this man has K'd. I gave you mine. It's Tom Kim. That was the live bet. Top 5. Probably got him at plus 400, maybe plus 350. We got a couple to get to real quick. In fact, we're going to get to one. The other part of it is that on the Discord out there on the Lindy and friends, we have the Astros and I think 6 Ks for Hunter Brown. 4 Ks so far through 4 with the 1-0 lead. Now I get to hate root against my Phillies. All right, James Mcool is going to join us. Pay Dirt's coming up in a matter of minutes here. Dinger of the day is Manzardo. Didn't that hit? Did he just not go? I saw in the chat. Did he just not go for Big Smokey?
No, he's 1 for 3. He had a single earlier, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 6th inning, so last inning.
We're going to have to find something that's a little bit later in the day right now because a lot of plays have already begun. So here you go.
Yeah.
Kiki Iriafen.
This is why This is, I mean,
this is why we go to tails. Just lucky picks right here. All right. WNBA prop. Kiki, this is our free play of the day. Kiki Iriafin, over 7.5, 8+ boards on FanDuel. She's averaging near 9, clearing a 9 of 15. Road games, you can see what Kiki's done, 5 of 7. And the best part about it is you get to see what she's been doing here as of recent. I'm not messing with her, man. Those elbows look sharp.
yeah, no, you're not getting boards over her. You're really not. Don't. I mean, that's the beauty of the free play tabs. It's just like, I have no clue. WNBA, Caitlin,
right here, another one from Mike. Go ahead.
That's about all I got for you. Let's see, Mike. So AJ Wilson, I mean, we know who she is. She's rather good at basketball. 9.5 boards here for her. At least that makes a little bit of sense to me. So
why would it make sense to you? Because you know who she is?
Yeah, well, MVP, and I see Washington on the other side. Washington, smaller front court. I know nothing about the WNBA outside of what I read from people that I like, and again, that's the beauty of the free the free picks tab. It's just like, I have no idea, but I'm going to assume somebody does, and I'm going to assume a lot of the people that are posting that we've brought on board. I mean, whether it's my guy DK DFS, Mike. Mike is well versed. I think he's like #1 NBA better on Juice Reel. He's done an amazing job. So I'm going to trust anything.
WNBA, right? I wonder, James Mcool, we got, sorry, man. We got you on a discharge. What's up, brother?
Why would you not announce me first? He
does this all the time as if it's the first time he's ever clicked a button to bring somebody in. He thinks he's so smooth and so suave.
No,
this is not radio, bro. This is not radio.
You don't have a producer back there telling me I'm going to be on in 5, 4, 3. I was taking gum out of my mouth.
1 in 10.
Because that's what this show is, James. This show is off the rails the second we start, and we want to bring people into that environment as opposed to tell them what this environment is. So we love you. We figured, at any point, whatever you're doing is a safe space to bring you in here.
Well, I'm doing well. How are you guys doing today?
I was doing fantastic the last couple of weeks, and then today it looks like I'm going to get wrecked. So that is what it is. But other than that, how's the MLB streets been for you lately?
Lately bad. Pretty bad. I think a lot of good bettors have been on a bit of a downswing over the last week or so. I know that Ehrenberg has been getting beat up a little bit in his $100 challenge thing that he's doing. Now, granted, I was on vacation for a couple days. So as much as I trust the person who was putting in bets on Friday, they fucked us.
Yep. There you go.
And then, I come back and we've had a couple down days. But yesterday wasn't too bad, down 1.6 units. Not the worst thing. We're still up around 2% overall, up around $4,500 on the season, which is still pretty good. But I need to do a reassessment of what bets are good, because as we get in the middle of the season, as you guys know, certain bets start to be better and certain bets start to be worse, and sportsbooks start to kind of put the clamps down a little bit on certain things. Usually it doesn't happen until after the All-Star break, but I've noticed, I'm not finding as many unders on hitter walks, right? And that was a bread and butter bet that I had, and their pitcher walks were just free cash for the first month and a half of the season. And now it's just not quite as good. Stolen bases was fucking atrocious for a little while. So I just completely stopped hitting those. I replaced it with doubles, which I think has been better. But overall, good season so far. Have made good money. Last week or so have made less good money. I would even say paid to be betting. So is what it is.
It's a long game, especially in this ridiculous sport. Are you dabbling? We were talking about the WNBA, and of course, that's the big thing. Is we're just relying on tails cappers that we know to be sharp. Yeah. Do you do anything outside, in that realm specifically?
So I'm about to put WNBA models on the site.
Nice.
We have built them out, so I'm pretty excited about that. There's a couple things that in terms of what Pater does, I know this is a betting show, but from a DFS perspective, Pater's going to be the only place you can back study WNBA because of the contest analyzer that I built. So that'll be nice.
Yep.
We're gonna have the models. They'll likely run the exact same way they ran for NBA. So I assume that those models are gonna be good. And you know, when it comes to things like WNBA, NBA is a super liquid market. MLB is a super liquid market. When it comes to WNBA, like I don't feel as inclined to kind of be like, am I really like, should I really have this projection like 2 or 3 rebounds over or under? You know, I feel that way in NBA, but in WNBA, I'm just gonna be like, fuck it. I mean, it's like Counter-Strike of major sports. If I see a projection in Counter-Strike that's like weird, I'm like, I don't care. I'm better than what the liquid markets are. So I feel like we'll be able to do that for WNBA, but time will tell. Maybe I suck at it. Well, I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah,
No,
chances are though you're not going to market with something that hasn't been back tested, or at least on your end. So
yeah. I mean, it used like when you think about what WNBA is, the nice thing about NBA and WNBA is that we have largely the same kind of way to build things, right? I mean, like we're building rotations, which can use very similar methodologies, right? We're building minutes projections, which go off of the rotations. And then we are using point per minute averages to just build out, you know, whatever the projection is going to be. Now, the only thing that I think I won't have for WNBA that I do have for NBA is like positional defensive adjustments, right? Okay. Because they're just, I don't know, maybe there are sites out there that have that. But I have not found any so far that do as good of a job as the sources that I have for defensive adjustments for NBA. So I can't imagine that it's going to be like bad, right? I can't imagine that it's going to be less than what is on par with the industry. Will I feel like I have the same edge as an NBA betting? I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see. But as far as like the modeling process, I'm pretty confident the modeling is going to be good, and that what we produce is going to be good. So it just really depends on where we can find edges. Like to Pete Shepard in the Discord or in the comments, just said there's just so many less bets available for WNBA. It's harder to beat the market with role players. Yeah, that's what it'll come down to, right? I mean, you can slam down like all rebounds on the third string center for NBA. And like have a really, really nice edge on things like that. In WNBA, I don't know that I'm going to be able to find just from lack of market. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find bets to really hit. So I think Pete's point there is right. It'll mostly just be like, what can I actually find to hit? And so long as I can find things and the market is broad, then you know we'll have edge.
Don't
go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
Overs. That's the other thing that you can very noticeably say from what I've observed here. I guess she's going to be hurt. She's going to be out here for a little while as well. So I think she got dinged up again, but that's neither here nor there. WNBA, obviously there is a lot of money to be made as there are fewer games on the schedule. I mean, it's not NFL-ish where, you know, where you're digging into very small sample sizes, but you know, in NBA, we're getting 80 games. We're going to know a lot of rotations. We're going to know a lot of coaching tendencies. We're going to know pace metrics for who's on the floor with whom. And there's so many fun things and nuances there. WNBA, I mean, it's fun to solve a new sport. No, it's obviously still basketball, but I mean, that's kind of the deal, James. Like I think with WNBA, the thing that keeps me away from dabbling too much is that how much can we, like when you're looking at, you know, 2.5 rebound discrepancies, the confidence that I could have in something like an NBA is drastically higher than what I'm going to feel in the WNBA. And I think you kind of alluded to that as well. But, you know, when you're building out models you do it for absolutely everything, for DFS and for betting. Is there a hard and fast rule across multiple sports where it's like, I should probably stay away from this market till I back test it, until I kind of take a look at it? Have you been doing some WNBA back testing that you're finding some results with?
Yeah. So the big thing that you do is what you want to figure out how accurate your projections are in relation to what the market offers. Okay. So the best thing that you can do is, let's take rebounds, for example, right? The pay dirt models would typically be under on rebound bets in the NBA season, right? Like that was just something that we just would tend under. I tend under in strikeouts for pitching. But that's not really what matters when you think about if you're going to hit something. What you really think about is, okay, I know that I'm going to be under on strikeouts by and large, but how far under can I be on a strikeout prop, whereas my confidence starts to falter that I can bet the over? Like if my projections say under and I'm trending maybe 0.75 strikeouts under or something like that on average, but the range in actual is something like under 1 to over 1.5 or something, right? Like I have a 2.5 strikeout band. If there's a strikeout that is within that 2.5 strikeout band, I still feel confident being able to hit that, right? You can say the same thing about rebounds or whatever prop that you want to do. You just say, okay, what is the typical band that I land in versus actual? And if I have a prop that is within that band, I feel plenty confident hitting it, right? Like my confidence interval is fine there. So that's really the back testing that goes into it. And it's one of the reasons why, you know, when you have a new sport like WNBA, like we do have ways to back test against that. But until we get the models running and until we start like really seeing where it's at, it's an iterative process. It's one of the reasons why after about a month of baseball, I'm just like, all right, what am I fucking bad at? And like, what do I need to drop? Like, because legitimate, like you're going to come into a season and every season is different. Like last year, or 2 years ago, we crushed stolen bases. And now like go into the markets and try to find a stolen base bet that is worth hitting. You can't. Yep. Like you're just hitting on vibes because the numbers are terrible. So every season is different. And any back testing that you do, you did the back testing and you know what you had last year or the year before. But then you come into the season, it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh man, the way that they changed the way they're calling strikes makes it so that pitcher walk rates are just skyrocketing up. Like, and the books are still behind on it. Books are still only offering 0.5 as like the prop. And you like every pitcher is like averaging 2.5 walks per game. So then you have, you know, another iterative process. You have a month where you're going through and you're adjusting little by little. And then after a month, you're like, okay, here's what I can hit. I imagine I'm going to do the same thing with WNBA. Now, the nice thing with WNBA and with NBA is those are very linear sports. Like as you're testing, once you test 1 year, it's not like they're going to drastically change things. Maybe the way that threes were called, right, with the fouling on the threes, that changed the way that you bet 3-pointers, right? But for the most part, rules don't change. The court isn't changing dimensions for the most part until we get a 4-point line or whatever the fuck they want to do. I mean, it doesn't matter all that much. So you can feel a bit more confident in things like NBA and WNBA.
All right, so this would be the funniest part about it all. Not that anything else was like super funny. I'm just saying informative. Is that we build a parlay, as you know, you've been on the show before, right? And you can definitely get more access to the Paydirt group right here, as you see across the board. Paydirt, the site, James Mcool running it as he's on here right now through Tails, right there on the Tails page on the Find Insiders page. But we're building a parlay. I believe there's some WNBA tonight. Are you going to add a WNBA leg to our parlay tonight, James?
Sure.
Sure. That was spoken very confidently. Right.
Why don't we do one that you're confident in, no matter what the sport? If
MLB.
No. Let's give the people what they want. Let's do WNBA. I'll pull up the WNBA model. It's not up on the site yet, but I have it in the back end. So let's pull up. Let's do this.
So
I love it.
First off, go Tigers. I need more from the Tigers.
Okay.
One more. Or no, two more.
I was heavy on the Tigers in both betting streaks and in DFS. I had overs on like Winsell Perez, Jahmai Jones, Gleyber Torres. Like I had overs on the entire Tigers lineup. So
nice.
Feel good about this.
They've got 7, I see, right? 7-0.
Yeah, Zach McKinstry just hit a triple to get some guys in. So Winsell Perez got his run. I had overruns on him. They fucking pulled Jahmai Jones, which is a little bit of a bummer for me DFS wise, but it's what it is.
All right, so they have 2 games tonight in the WNBA. Pardon me. We know that there's no Caitlin Clark. You tell us, man. It's your world. You're the first play up in this parlay.
Okay. All right. So let's pull up. What do we got? What do we got for offers? You wanna pull up some odds here?
You tell us. I'll make it work. You just give us the one leg where it's best bet, or we're not here to shop. Like, this is tails. All right, people can get their ass over to Portfolio EV on their own, sign up, and use the line shopping thing. All right.
Let's see. Okay, so
easy.
Kelsey Mitchell is 19.5. Let's see. Wait. Don't put that. Hold on.
Yeah, I like where you're going, Joseph, by the way.
I just like whenever I can recognize a name that's said in the WNBA. It's like 8 names. And I'm like, bingo.
By the way, as James Mcool looks here, for anybody who watched the show yesterday with Lisa Marie, we are a Max Muncy home run away from the ticket that we built last night hitting today.
I hit Max Muncy yesterday.
Well, yeah, but now what's going to happen is that this is going to hit. These two are going to hit. It's the day after syndrome.
All right. Okay. All right. I have the bet.
Go ahead.
Alicia Gray under 18.5 points.
She's on the Mystics.
She's on the Dream.
Is she even playing tonight?
Should be. I see her prop up.
Are you sure that's not for Friday?
Nope.
Hold on. How many games are there?
That is Friday.
Yep.
That is Friday. Okay. Hold on. Okay.
But hold on a second. The model is working. You're securing massive CLV right now.
Go take the Okay, yeah. So free play there. Go take the under. So our models have her at 14.2 points. Nice. It's 18.5. You got 4 points there. All right. Who do we? Okay. So we have what the
Sparks, Fever, Mystics, Aces.
Mystics, Aces. Okay. All right. So let's find somebody on. Okay. There's the Aces. All right. So let's find somebody on the Aces here.
All right. So I'll go first. Ronald Acuna Jr. 2+ hits, runs, RBI for me. He's going up against the righty in which he has hit exceptionally well. I'm not tempting fate with a home run, what have you. We saw the RBI game working again on 3 times last night. This is a man who hits righties. Griffin Canning's going to do some work tonight. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's going to be against Ronald Acuna. So that's for me, at least. Hopefully that was enough to filibuster.
It did. Okay.
Sweet.
Okay. Jewel Lloyd. How about that?
Ooh, she plays with the Aces, right?
She's with the Aces.
Sweet.
Over 10.5 points.
Love it. Love it, man.
We'll do that.
Jewel Lloyd. All right.
Now you could probably ladder her if you want to. We have her at 17.5.
Oh, I'm in, dude. I'm in.
So ladder that up to 16 or whatever.
60. That's going to be my plus money play of the day, as I'm stealing it right from James McCool's pay dirt.
There you go.
All right. So we're at plus 194 right now. Again, you'll shop this wherever you are, wherever you're betting it, but we have one more to get to.
It's the most insane shit every time.
It's just my life, James. It's just my life with constant torment, lamenting it. It's whatever. I also kind of buried the other side of this one. You talk about strikeout unders. I definitely probably skew 68. Let's see the exact number. I don't have it offhand. I could just lie. I know it's north of 60% of my strikeouts plays are going to be unders. That's for sure. But kind of obsessed with both strikeout props overs today. Grant Holmes, the other guy on the other side, 5.5 strikeouts for him going up against the Mets. It doesn't seem like an amazing strikeout matchup on the surface, but like there's so many young bats at the bottom half of this New York lineup. And then Brett Beatty just hanging around, moved up to 7th today. I just updated everything for her. Ronnie Mauricio is going to strike out a bunch at the big league level, but Lindor, Nimmo, Soto, never a great strikeout situation anytime you're running into those 3 at the top of the lineup. But when you sim out the bottom half of this lineup, if you can get some length out of one Grant Holmes, 27.6% K rate, pretty decent enough splits. I mean, he's going to give up runs. He is just one of those guys that I'm not completely in love with the stuff, but I will say it just continues to over. I mean, I haven't bet an over on him all season, which is interesting. I'm just kind of combing through this. Velocity was down a little bit year over year, but strikeout rate up. I think this just continues because he has some of the best breaking stuff, just that slider specifically. And that should play very live even against the good hitters in the Mets bats. So Grant Holmes over 5.5 strikeouts. Oh boy.
Oh, you're muted there.
There we go.
It's the video that auto mutes. Jewel Lloyd,
Right.
10.5 points. Ronald Acuna, 2+ hits, runs, RBI. Grant Holmes, 6+ Ks. We'll shop that, post that where we can. We'll tag James on Twitter. Patered is the group. It's your world, your time, James. Tell the world, website, social, tails, everywhere we can find you.
I mean, you got me up on the tails right there. It's Pater Group. We post mostly premium picks. I do need to post more free stuff because why not? You can find me over at patertfs.com. That is for both DFS and betting. I know this is a betting show, but DFS is still alive and well.
Yeah, that's fine.
DFS still alive and well. You can find me over on Twitter, even though I never post except to be wrong about financial advice, over at Patert_DFS. And come join the Discord, man. Over on the site, if you go to information on that drop down, you'll find a link into the Discord. We're active pretty much every single day, and we have a good time. So come on over, come hang out, come tell me that I'm bad at this, and we'll have a good time. All right.
Love
no
it,
tariffs.
man. Love you.
No tariffs.
We love you, man. Thank you, James. Big time.
Thank you, James.
All right, so we're back. Final thing we got to do real quick. All right, here it is. We'll let you look at some free plays in the background. I'm stealing James' play. It's plus 260 on Bet365. Jewel Lloyd, 15+ points. What's your plus money play, my friend?
All right, now we're going to go to the Griffin Canning. I wanted to save this up. Again, why do I have both of these guys that are showing up for me? But I want to ladder up Griffin Canning up to 7. I want the 7 number attached to it. We can skip by 6. I want to go a little bit further for you and get ourselves up to 7. I think there's a ton of upside for him tonight. And again, when you're laddering, you're trying to encapsulate upside. Bet responsibly. Always use sharp unit allocations. But boy, oh boy, this is an Atlanta team that I'm surprised that they're not striking out more than what they do over the course of this season with Austin Riley and Sean Murphy and some of the numbers I'm seeing from these guys this season. But Ronald Acuna, 24.2% K rate, despite the fact that he's in Fuego. I think a jack for him and a Griffin Canning K, like that sounds like a fair trade in some way, shape, or form for me.
I love it. All right. So was it 6+ Ks for Canning, right?
7.
Sorry. 7+ Ks for Canning. 15+ for Jewel Lloyd. At Eric Lindquist on Twitter is the best place to find him. At Shander Betts is the best place to find me. And one more time across the world for everybody that is out there. We appreciate James Mcool, but let them know, Lindy, how to get in.
Guys, jump on in. Premium Discord. It's been awesome up until today. Obviously, it's not been going so well here. Maybe there's still time. We can still get the Bobby Witt Jack. That would make me happy, but got tons of plays coming to you. I mean, tomorrow's going to be an absolute movie. I'm excited for Friday, 15 MLB games, breaking it all down. And it's only $5 to jump in for a week. So we make it very accessible. And then people stick around because they realize how much fun it is. And you're going to win money over any long-term sample size. Again, today, not so much. But yes, we've got 100% Onyx parlay that we have access to tonight. There's tons of things going on for the Atlanta-New York Mets game. Come on in. The water's warm.
See ya. See you Tuesday. Have a great week. End.